Cody, and I'm joined by Jordan. We go live every Monday at noon to talk about some marketing things on the Joey Matterhorn channel. If you are here, if you're part of this audience, you're probably a side hustler, you're probably a grinder, you might be a small business owner. If any of those things apply to you, if you are interested in learning how to do more marketing things, this is the chat for you. This is going to be the conversation. Uh, on that note, what are we talking about today, Jordan?
Shit, Cody. Why would you ask me that? You knew I wasn't going to be prepared to answer that.
That's exactly why I asked you. That's exactly why I throw it to you. Jordan, today we're going to be talking about Facebook groups and monetization. I'm curious how much of this you followed along, because I know you don't have a ton to do with the Facebook groups and a lot of what we do. So I know you've got like a tangential knowledge of what's going on. But let me give a breakdown for the audience. Let me give a breakdown to anyone who might be joining us. I'm waiting for like Mel's announcement to go live. I'm giving it a pause. Like, we gonna get through here? We gonna get a thing? But Facebook groups, monetization. Our company owns a lot of different Facebook groups for a lot of different reasons, and you can monetize those Facebook groups beyond just what the Facebook influencers and all these different influencers tell you. So I think a lot of people know that if you post on social media and you get a whole big following, those apps will pay you, right? I think it's common knowledge. Um,
So.
Now, what we're getting at is not, hey, here's how you go viral, here's how you get a big audience. We're going to explain how to build up a Facebook group, how to build up an audience and monetize that audience outside of what social media is. Have you ever ran a Facebook group, Jordan?
Yeah, I've done a little bit running them. With our parent company, there was a little bit that I kind of did with like some of like our Infinity jobs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I've also like I made like pages and groups back in like high school, like a long time ago, that were just like stupid nonsense things that like had nothing to do with anything. So I don't count those.
Well,
I did.
I feel like you should count some of those depending on what they are. Are you in any of those groups still?
Yeah, well, I don't think any of them were groups. Actually, thinking back on it, they might just be pages.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, I definitely do still have them all like linked to my main account. Still, I think there was like a group. I think in high school, like we all joked that we were going to start like a lumberjack club. We were all going to wear like flannels and just like go up to like my like 40 acres up north and just like go chop trees and stuff.
Hmm.
And so like I have like a Springport Lumberjacks club group that I still am like the admin of on my Facebook.
But is it active? That's my
No,
question.
God, no,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
what
I've
we want.
never.
So
Oh, sorry. Have I ever managed an active popping group? No, no, never once felt like
no, 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 no. And I feel like a lot of people who take place and like participate in these types of Facebook groups would never see themselves as like the owners or the people who run Facebook groups, because I I want to use like a gold standard here of a job group, because I think that's what we need to set expectations for any of our viewers, for anyone who's here, on what a Facebook group we're talking about and what kind of these Facebook groups look like. Because there's a lot of different types of group. For example, if I had to ask you, Jordan, right now, name three Facebook groups that you're in, could you name three?
that. I think so. Yeah.
What are they?
I am in like my old college like buy, sell, and trade group.
Okay.
I'm in that. I am in. God, being put on the spot makes it tough. Um,
I was gonna say this is like the pre-planning test. Like I should
so,
have given
so
you
I
all of
know
these
I'm
written out.
in at least three different buy, sell, and trade groups. I
That's
do
fair.
know that. I do know that. I'm in like a family one that was like a holiday party one.
Mhm.
Um, that still gets like a little bit of attention. Sorry, I have pop-ups popping up on my screen. Um, Oh God, there's a third one. I know there is. I'm just not active enough in them to have them like fresh in my mind.
Well, and I think that's also fair. So when I'm thinking of like Facebook groups, a lot of what I see are the buy and sell groups. I think the buy
Right.
and sell groups are really, really big. I see a lot of community groups. So think of this like your geographical community. It's your city, it's your borough, it's your neighborhood, it's your, wherever you happen to be. When I talk about Grand Rapids, I am in Grand Rapids Informed, but I am also in Grandville Informed. I am also in Wyoming Informed. I am also in Rockford Informed. All of these are informational groups for the city of Grand Rapids and the surrounding areas. And so there's kind of a relevancy there. But you had an idea. What's up?
I know what my third answer is. I am in a sports talk group that is about like basically it's all the NFC North, the Lions, the Bears, the Packers, and the Vikings, all
Yeah,
just shit talking each other.
hobby specific. That's
Mhm.
what I was going to get into next. So we were talking community, buy, sell, hobby specific, or interest specific. So think of hiking groups, things like that,
Mhm.
and then events. I think of like EDM concerts. There's a lot of very famous like electric forest groups. I think are really big, where these big festivals or these different events will have specific groups dedicated to that event. And
Yeah.
so I know those are just four. I mean, there's going to be tons of these different types of groups, but those groups that you're in, when you run or own those groups, you have the ability to do a lot more than someone who just joins those groups. And I think that's something a lot of people realize on one level, but don't think about. And I think that's something that that liminal space is where we do a lot of our work. The things that people don't think about, but if they started thinking, they would get there.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Out of your groups, does your sports group sell things?
No.
No, you don't see
No.
any advertising in there ever?
Nope. No,
I'm
I
kinda
shouldn't say ever, but like not enough that like anything is coming to mind when you say it.
That's kind of fascinating to me because I would immediately think, sports merch is one of those big ones. Selling
Hmm.
sports merch or, like, highlighting, "This is my sports store." So I would imagine a lot of people who create Facebook groups and things like that want to have a specific type of audience for their sports store,
I,
especially
thi- I
when we're
think
talking.
I think they just wanted a place to go attack Packers fans.
I mean, those things exist as well. It's worth noting. So we're talking about Facebook groups and monetization. Not every Facebook group out there is out there to just make money. Now, a lot of them are, and when you own those groups, you can make a lot of money. So when you were talking about like that sports, they're 100% sports and other hobbyist groups where it's just related to the hobby. But I know specifically there's one D&D group that I'm a part of that's owned by a group of people who promote their own D&D products. It's not anything, I don't want to say like black hat or, under the table, but they own a group and they promote a lot of different talk regarding Dungeons and Dragons. They just only allow people to post with their products or with their businesses.
Hmm.
And so it's like, hey, if you're playing D&D, come buy from our store, for example.
Yeah.
And I think Discords are really big on this too, having like a store specific Discord. I see that a lot more often than I see store specific Facebook pages. I'll be real.
Got you. Do you are you a part of any like store discords?
Yeah, I do actually quite a few different store discords, mainly
Those
because
sweatpants. You have
what?
those sweatpants that you're always talking about. You have a Discord dedicated to sweatpants,
Oh,
don't
the
you?
the comfort. I actually don't. I'm only on their texting chain. But for gaming stores, I follow a lot of their discords because I like seeing how they do their marketing.
Hmm.
And specifically with game stores, there's a lot of very interesting nuance to what they do. So, for example, a lot of trading card games in Warhammer 40K stores have this problem right now of like scalping and selling product for a lot more than it's worth, or not being able to get product because it's being sold through Walmart or Meijer instead of through their local game stores, LGSs. And so there's a whole how do I describe like meta? I think meta is a good description. There's a whole meta around running a trading card store right now, and a lot of them are not doing very well.
Yeah.
That is to say, I would not want to be in their positions, but I am in their discords, mainly to see when they have deals, when they have sales and stuff like that, when they run leagues. Um, on our other podcast, we talk about Good Rep Media, which is a small business marketing agency. Both of us work for Good Rep Media, and I'll follow a lot of these stores to see how they're maintaining their customer bases. So think of it like, hey, we're going to run a Pokemon league. So come and play Pokemon every single weekend. And after 4 weeks, the person who's in first place is going to win free Dragon Shield sleeves for a month. It's an example promo that this company is putting, or that this card game store is putting out. And that's a great promo. Hey, come play weekly. So it gets more people in the store and playing the game, which looks really well, helps with their distribution numbers. But that's getting a little bit deep in there.
Mhm.
For the Facebook group related stuff, if you are running a Facebook group and you're able to monetize with affiliate links, for example, your gift product, I think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
But
we got Melanie over here in the comments. She's got a question for us. Speaking of groups you guys have joined, what makes you want to stay in these groups? What value do you see in them? Do you want me to take it?
I was like, if you want to hit it first, hit it up.
I mean, for me, it's a really simple thing. It's almost like tailoring your algorithm. Because so your algorithm is going to show you like what you want on your feed and everything. But I think sometimes it, at least for me, it still gets me wrong a lot. You know, it gives me a lot of things. I'm like, why would it ever show me that? When I can start getting in these groups, that kind of starts putting things on my feed that aren't just like algorithms, like, oh, you'll like this. It's more like, oh, no, these are from the groups that I selectively chose to be a part of. So I know that these things coming up are going to pertain to the topics that I want them to pertain to. That's kind of why I do groups.
Yeah, I will say that's one of the main benefits that Facebook has for groups. We've talked about this a little bit before, but for those of you who don't know, the groups that you join on Facebook are pushed by Facebook purely because Facebook wants to target you for ads. Facebook can no longer use your personal information on your profile, or it can, but it can't disseminate that information to its advertisers. So it's like there's a targeting issue with ads based on your profile information, and they're not allowed to share that information. But if you join a Facebook group, they can target that Facebook group with ads. So, for example, when I want to run ads for my brand new trading card game, I want to target all the trading card game groups, Facebook groups that exist. I want to include those as part of my ad set. So when you join those Facebook groups, you talk about it fixing your algorithm or like you're getting pushed things from your algorithm. 100%. Those Facebook groups are huge for the Facebook's algorithm. Personally, though, when I join them, is either news sources or cool resources or to keep up to date on what's going on in the industry. So, for example, I've joined a couple of different groups for Riftbound, which is a trading card game. I joined them so that I can see updates of tournament listings because there was a tournament in Houston this past weekend. So they were posting deck lists, they were posting interviews and stuff like that. That's where I get my value. I want to see groups that are active with things that I enjoy. One of my favorite groups. Have you ever joined the Dull Men's group or seen any Dull Men's group?
I haven't joined it, but I've definitely seen posts from it before.
Yeah. One of my favorite groups, there's a bunch of different ones. There's Dull Men everywhere. It's very open, does not need to be men, but it's a bunch of very interesting posts talking about how, oh, I've worn the same pair of shoes every day for 10 years and look at this wear pattern. It's fascinating. Stuff like that.
Yeah, just like things that are just like, that's so boring, but like, it's like, yeah, this is me.
Boring and interesting. It's stuff that you'd be like, oh, look at that. Like the interesting but dull. Just dull things. And I love that type of group. So when I get to see something interesting, or I call it humans being human. So I join a lot of groups to see humans doing human stuff. I don't like NASCAR or racing, but I do enjoy like humans driving things fast in circles. So like
I will join a group that is like a meta meme where it's like, oh, just every single day, the only thing that happens in this group is like the admin posts like a single frame of a SpongeBob episode. And it's like, we've been working for the past like 3 years of every day, one single frame, the next frame of the SpongeBob episode until we get through an entire episode of SpongeBob.
That's actually insane. That's hilarious. And that's a real group that you're in.
Yeah, 100%.
I was gonna say that wasn't an idea for a group. That is something you actively participate in.
Yeah.
I am in.
You can't participate. It's just the admin posting pictures.
Well, and it's worth noting, I'm in a group that is posting the same picture of asphalt every single day. So they post the same picture of asphalt every single day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And there's like so many of these. Like
there are
these out there.
Now, I don't know if those are the groups that you want to be starting or working on monetization.
Are these what you should be doing for a small business? Maybe. Who's to say? You get enough traction on it. I have groups on my Facebook that are not the groups that I signed up for. Like, I think that they were sold like a long time. Like I joined groups like back in like Facebook was like 5 years old, you know? And like I joined groups and now they've become like other things. Like trust me, I did not follow a group that was like, I'm a strong, independent Black woman. But I ended up in a group that was that. I swear to God, I did.
You're like, I'm here. I'm approved.
And I could see, like, like trash Jordan in senior year of high school being like, yeah, I'm gonna follow that, but I don't think I did.
You're like, that wasn't me. This isn't how it worked. And it's very fair and true. So one of our pages, and this is maybe we can get into a little bit of how we monetize and what our experience is. Because we've monetized a lot of different groups. And there's one example that I do want to hit on. This is the big one. We're going to be talking about Cape Coral Reviewed today. If you're new here, you haven't heard about Cape Coral Reviewed yet, you're in for a treat. Cape Coral Reviewed, it's our brand new website. It's our brand new citation builder for Cape Coral down in Florida. We have a couple of small businesses we work for down there, and we created this really cool group. And we're going to be starting to monetize it. Now, I'm going to dive into all of that and how that works as we get deeper into groups here. I mainly wanted to touch on that to give you an idea that we have some groups that we're making money on, and we have a process for making money on those groups. They're not the posting an asphalt picture or a new frame of SpongeBob every single day. Those groups, I feel like you can monetize by selling them, but it's a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
But I do want to touch on always grow personally. So we owned this Facebook. I think it might have been a page and a group. But I know for the page, we accidentally changed the name after like 5 or 6 years. And when we changed the name, everyone in the group was still a part, or everyone on the page was still a part of it. You still like the page. You just are on this new page. So I'm not surprised that you would see new groups or name changed groups or even like the
Yeah.
URL changing
I
because it's
so
something Facebook allows you to do.
I just went to my groups, the public groups that I'm a member of.
Ooh.
Most of them, I think I probably went through at some point and cleared out like a lot of the ones that had changed, but I do see one in here that changed. That wouldn't have been one I was a part of. Like I got like gift ideas 2023, Marvel Rivals, deals and coupons, Invincipels, all things invincible. And then at the very bottom, I got join if you think Casey Anthony should be in jail for killing Kaylee. I'm like, I don't think I joined that. I don't think I joined that one. I think someone bought something, which if they bought it, it has 15 members. I don't think it probably didn't have 15 members when they bought it. They probably bought it, changed the name of it, and then people were like, "What the fuck?
What in the world is going on here?" But it's also when you do something like that, Facebook, I'm assuming, can also. I'd be curious if they kicked out old members. Like if you
They kicked
have an
me
old
out.
group, they didn't
They
kick you.
kicked
Well,
me out.
very true, very true. But looking at the comments, same. You definitely have to feel connected to that group to actually engage and enjoy it. I agree. If you don't have a connection to that group, if you don't feel like you belong in a group, then you're not going to engage. And I think that's where I'm kind of like segueing us into the next question from Joey Matterhorn himself asking. So how do we actually monetize? Find your niche and build up an audience and have an audience. Uh, Everything is always going to come back to every piece of advice that I have for you is going to come back to build up an audience. You need people who are interested in what you have to say, what you're doing, or how you're moving through the world. And until you have that audience, you're not going to be able to make any money because no one's going to buy anything that you have. So, how do you monetize a Facebook group? You build one. You build one with a purpose and a reason. What does that purpose and reason need to be, Jordan? Any
So
ideas?
so no, like it's hard to say if there's any one certain purpose or reason, but like you are right, getting it started, getting an audience, getting engagement on it. What that group is a platform. There's no one solid way that this is how you monetize. It can be through affiliate links, it could be from selling your own product. Basically, all it is you use this group as a platform to promote whatever method you use to make your income. We do a lot in the affiliate space. So, we may promote other people's products, get clicks to go to those, and just those clicks will generate us revenue. We may sell coffee. We have a coffee brand. If we go on there, like we're not going to make money unless someone goes to our site and orders some coffee, unless maybe you can set it up to order straight from Facebook, which I'm sure you can. It's
Yeah.
hard to have like a blanket. This is how you monetize it because every industry is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, and I think it more so than even being like, "Hey, here's your step one, two, three to monetize." It's teaching the mindset. So your first step of any type of monetization is figure out your audience, find an audience, build an audience, and then figure out how you want to monetize them. Figure out the offer. Now, how you go about those two steps, It doesn't matter. If you want to come up with the offer and then try to find your audience and then tailor your offer to the audience as you build that up, fine. If you want to build up your audience first and then find an offer that works for them, I think that's generally what a lot of people do. And that's what you see a lot of influencers do. When you're brand new and you just start creating content online, um, I think of Pearl Mania. Did you ever see Pearl Mania on TikTok or Facebook or anything
Mm-mm.
like that?
No.
So Pearl Mania is kind of like a little bit political, but their whole shtick is being kind of like loud and outspoken. And they blew up as a TikToker. They made a bunch of content and they didn't do a bunch of monetization. Their monetization was through their views in TikTok itself because TikTok will pay you. So if you're on Facebook and you're creating Facebook content and you're making posts, you can get your profile monetized and you can make money that way. That's how they were making money originally. Well, TikTok obviously got bought out. They're changing their legalities. They're doing a whole bunch of different stuff. And so the money from TikTok is not going to be the same. So Pearl Mania, being Pearl Mania, was like, hey, I'm going to hardcore sell out on all of the products that I possibly can in the next month because that's kind of his shtick is he's kind of crazy and chaotic. And he's like, I'm going to get my bag. Hey, audience, you want to help me get my bag? Click on my links. And so that's what he's doing is he's monetizing his audience by going out and finding some offers. And the offers he's going and finding are absurd because he's a political commentator. The last ad that I saw for him was for a rabbit, which if you know anything about rabbits, very fluffy, adorable animals, not the one that I'm talking about.
Okay, that
But
was what
yeah.
I was thinking.
We'll have a conversation after this, Jordan, because that'll be the clip that goes viral right there.
Oh, yeah, great.
Anyways, he's selling those types of things, and it's just he found his offer, he found his audience, and gave them what they wanted, quote unquote. Now, if you're talking about Joey Matterhorn, who's Joey Matterhorn's audience, Jordan?
Anybody who wants to make some money online, Cody.
Well, exactly. So what offers do we have for anyone who wants to make money online? It's Joey Matterhorn. We have a Joey Matterhorn membership. If you want to pay for the Joey Matterhorn membership, you can go to joeymatterhorn.com. It's a whole thing. Now, mind you, I would probably email us first, email one of the support tickets on Joey Matterhorn because that membership is a manual process for onboarding. We do have like a Discord set up and all of that, but it is monetization through a course. We're trying to sell a course at the end of the day. Now, is it the best monetization? Not the greatest. I personally like courses. I think courses are good, but I think there's a saturation with AI right now.
Yeah. It's so easy to make a course now because it's like you don't even have to be certified in the topic anymore. You could go to AI. You could be like, "Hey, give me a script for it." Like make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. Record
Yep.
yourself doing it, and then turn around and sell a guide as if you know what you're talking about.
Yep. But I do want to get into actually like monetizing a page. So we're talking about this Cape Coral reviewed page, and I want to give you guys an idea of where it's at right now because we're just starting to look at monetization. So we started Cape Coral reviewed probably what 2 months ago, 3 months ago. It's been a couple of months now in like building out a website and building out this whole process. But the idea for the Facebook group was, hey, we want to create a local Cape Coral Facebook group because one, if it's local to an area, then we can use it to target ads, and we can also target small businesses who are in the area and want to do advertising, and that's really good for us as Good Rep Media. So we created Cape Coral Reviewed. As part of Cape Coral Reviewed, we created TikTok, Facebook page. We created all of the social media so that we could go out and do influencer style reviews, which I think that's probably the coolest part of this whole process. I really want to go out and film some of our own reviews and try out different restaurants and stuff like that. But getting out there and filming us is, I mean, hell, being in front of this camera is already difficult enough. I'll be real.
Listen, I will get out there and I will film any reviews of any business you want as long as I can do it on the clock. You get me out there, I'll go out there and I'll do it on the clock right now. I'll do it today.
I do wanna make a note here. So I saw a comment on one of our other shorts that got posted talking about how we Oh, they were upset that we were talking about making money and grinding over the weekend and spending days grinding. Because they said we were wasting our free time to talk about dumb stuff. And I want it to be known we're both working right now.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
being
we are paid
paid
to
for
be here.
this. This is
Yeah,
part of our job. This is part of what we do every day is provide this content, put our faces out here, build up these channels and build up these audiences. Is it going extremely quickly? No, it's also not our first priority. It's getting out here and kind of learning how to do all of this stuff.
yeah.
So if that's someone, if you want to be a little salty, you can be a little salty all you want. But we're out here grinding.
Well, it's funny because like they look foolish because they obviously are wrong. You know, like
Yeah,
I get
I
where
mean
they're coming from, and if we weren't being paid, they would be very right. They would be
that's fair. If we
very,
weren't being
very
paid,
right.
I don't think that we would be here at least as often as we are.
Nah, I might still hop on every once in a while, but
Well, exactly, and it's I do enjoy hopping on and being in front of the camera,
yeah.
working at the skills of recording. So I'm not the best at being in front of the camera. I'm not the best at making segues. I'm not the best at doing pitches or having an intro and an outro. But I think I'm getting better,
No,
and there's a lot
you
of
are
skills
getting
to build up over time.
so good at it. It's funny. We what was it last Thursday or Wednesday? Like we had that big
Oh yeah,
call
yeah.
last week with the whole company. There was like 50 people,
Mhm.
and like we were trying to go through every single department and like talk about what everybody did, and like we just didn't have the time to do it. And then we got to good rep, and you jumped in. And you're like, "Hey guys, we're good rep. This is what we do. If you want to know more about it, come follow this. Come do this." And I was just sitting there like he's in his intro mode. He's in his YouTube intro mode right
I
now.
will say that I'm feeling almost better about it, and I'll be real. So like getting those intros down, kind of getting the call to action consistency down is one of the skill sets that I've been working on the most. But having my own separate YouTube channel that I'm working on has probably helped more than anything else because I upload there every single day. I record every single day. And so it gets me in that mindset of like, okay, what can I do to make this more consistent?
Sarah says we need little jingles and like stuff playing at the beginning. We tried to do that back when we were like moving over to OBS. We were going to have that all set up. Riverside kind of limits our capabilities there.
Yeah, and there is some ability. So like for example, I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. Let's go. We hear this all the time at Good Rat Media.
This is what I heard when I won my Oscar.
Yeah, exactly. It was this
That
exact
was
clap track too.
same exact clip.
Now, there's not very much here. So there is an intro.
Man, already sold.
Powered by Riverside.
Don't love
Oh,
that.
don't
Don't love
like
that
that.
part.
Anyways, we are powered by Riverside.
Yeah, if we could import our own like songs and stuff, I have a jingle for us. Like I had like the jingle that we had and everything, like we could use that. But the problem is I don't know if Riverside will let us. Can we import our own sound there?
I think we can. It's definitely something that we can mess with.
We'll
I
play with
I
it.
will
We'll play
say
with
there's some capabilities on this program that are useful, but there is also some limitations that are a little bit annoying. For example, having separate screens for the like intro and outro, I think is a little bit difficult. I think we can.
There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. I'll
You
play with
know,
it
there's got to be
more.
a way.
I'll
There's
play with
always a way to accomplish the thing that you're trying to do.
it. Yeah.
But anyways, with that said, Cape Coral Reviewed currently sitting at about 4,500 members. It's a local group. We are Good Rep Media, small local business marketing agency. Part of the reason we want this group is so that we can advertise in it. The other reason that we want this group is so that we can have businesses pay us to advertise in it. Which, boom, mind blown. Businesses will pay you to advertise? Yeah, they will, 100%. So I want to be clear. This is not a new idea. This is not a brand new thing that we're bringing to the table here. Create a group of a bunch of locals, have businesses join into it, and don't let them post unless they pay you. So anyone who joins, John Doe can post, but John Doe can't call out his power washing company until he pays you $100. And then he can call out his power washing company every single day for that entire month. That's kind of the gist. It really is
Mhm.
that simple of, hey, you build a Facebook group that has enough people in it that businesses want to advertise. And I will say 4,500 people is not a ton of people, but there's one group we know that has 87,000 people and it is extremely active. It is someone's full-time job and she makes like 12 grand a month on it. And all she does is let businesses post and not post, and she manages all of that. Now, how would you set that up, Jordan? If you wanted to create a brand new local group?
So I don't have the most experience in it.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because I feel like
Yeah.
you would give the average person's like, oh, I'm going to create a local group, because the first step you're going to do is like, I'm going to create a
See,
group and then
the
start
problem
posting.
is like the things that I want to say I would do, I know would not work. You know,
Yeah.
like I want to be like, yeah, I would like create my group and then I would like share it with other groups that are similar, but maybe like a little bit different so that it can cover a niche. But like those never work. That like your post. So the problem is like if it's a popular enough post for it to, or a page group for it
Mhm.
to like actually make a difference, you probably don't have like enough say in that group to make the post and get it in front of everybody. You know, like
Yeah.
that's kind of one of the things we learned was like it used to be like you'd make a post in a group and then everybody in that group would see it. And now
Mhm.
it's like you make a post in a group and then it's almost like you have to boost that post within the group, you know? So I would say what I would probably do first would still be those steps, even though I know they wouldn't work because they're still free steps to do. And then ultimately, I hate to say it, I would probably run ads to the group. I'd probably run a like campaign.
Boom.
Yep.
I want to say boom, flat out. So the initial setup is always good. I keep bringing up our conversation on flow states, and I think that we probably need to make a video on what a flow state is and like do an actual video on that. Which, sorry, Mel, if you can make a note to make me think about a video on that, because I will 100% do that.
Mel, make a note to make me think about things. I keep
I
saying that I want to like I need Melanie back on this so that I can do like my Theo Von impressions, I say, because like I watched one time where he was like, what do I feel about that? What do I think about that to his producer? And like I just wish I had Mel here so I could just constantly be like, Mel, go ahead and look up pictures of spiders riding camels and stuff like that. Just like,
Jeez.
have you ever watched Theo Von like talk to his
No.
producer? It's the most random things you'll ever hear.
No, I will say I've not watched much. I've not much podcasting in general. I've
Neither
tried
have
to
I.
watch a little bit more just so that I can get some better ideas on how they generally function, and I mean build up skills more than anything else.
Yeah.
I feel in the economy moving forward, the more comfortable you can be in front of a camera, the better you are at explaining your thoughts and your feelings to a public, and the more comfortable you are with multiple people looking at you, the better off you're going to be. If I can go anywhere and be like, yeah, I can shoot a podcast and I'll hop in front of a mic, that sets you apart. It really does. Because how many people don't want to hop in front of a camera, don't want to talk on a mic, are afraid to be recorded because of the things that they might say or think or do? Getting over that and dealing with that kind of, generalized anxiety at this point in life, I feel like has really been beneficial, at least for me.
Yeah.
Or well, going to be beneficial moving forward in the creator economy of the future.
I mean, you can already see, like you said, little bits of benefits there. Like, I think your ability to speak and like the group
Yeah.
calls and stuff like that is like vastly improving. I don't know that mine is, but but like also, I'm sure that it's not just from the podcasting. You're in calls all day, every day, so you
Yeah.
just naturally you're gaining that skill and ability.
But it's being able to work at all of those different tasks and those skills, because being in front of cameras is huge. I see the laugh. What is it?
Creating a remind me to think about these things, Doc, for Cody as we speak.
I I feel
So
so
that's how
bad.
you know
So
you're making it in management. Once like you start having someone who's like, yeah, so we have an itinerary of things for you to remember. That means you're managing, dude. You're doing it.
well, this is so for those of you who are new, for those of you who watch us regularly, there's been a little bit of a shakeup in company structure, and I have a little bit of added responsibility that is nice, good, yay, but also
Yay.
holy
It's a lot.
the organization and the managerial stuff. I do realize quickly that my memory is not perfect, and our task management software normally see, and this is we're getting deep in the weeds here, but I'm going to go off for a second. I've
Go
been
off,
very
King.
good about getting into our task management software and being the one to manage it and get in, and like I'm creating tickets, I'm marking things as finished, I'm going through and editing and attaching and doing all of these things. I need help. Like that, I can't even do that because I sit there and I'm like, I edit one ticket and then I look back over at my teams and I have 4 new messages and there's 3 new problems. And I'm like, none of you even report to me.
No, so the way we're fixing that is we're just making them all report.
Exactly. So we're solving it now. They're all going to report, and we're going to be figuring it out. But with that comes, and I think that's the most Joe I've ever felt on the Joey Matterhorn channel. It's probably perfect
Bidding.
of being like, hey, will you make this note and remind me to think of this later because I'm not.
That's really funny. That's really
Oh,
funny to me.
okay. I'll try not to do that regularly. Definitely don't want to make a habit of that. But okay. I also don't understand haters who are actively wasting time being negative. What do they get out of it? What do you get out of being a hater, Jordan? Because if anyone's a hater here,
Yeah, that's so true. That is so true. That is so true. Superiority.
okay. So Jordan's not qualified to answer. Superiority. Isn't that Packer group where all they do is yell and complain about Packers? Does it make you feel better?
Yeah, it's great.
That's
Except
good
for
shit,
not
though.
this year because we suck, dude. Oh no, we suck again.
Well, so I've talked about manifestation with you. We've talked about it a couple of different times. Where did you fall on that?
Like in like your ability to manifest anything, really. Like
Anything?
the
Yeah,
thought,
like when I say manifesting, you
the
have thoughts.
concept
What
of
is that?
like the concept of like believing in something to the point of making it real.
Yeah.
Fully believe that.
Okay.
1000% I believe in manifestation. Now, to an extent, I don't think that you can want to fly and then eventually you can jump off your roof and fly. Like obviously you can't manifest that. But like I'm so it's funny. I have a friend who's dealing with like some pretty serious mental health things right now. And like I was talking to him about it and like I felt bad for a little bit because I wasn't super there for him at the beginning. And it's like, well, it's hard for me sometimes to talk on these because like I don't think that I have like a super healthy way of dealing with some mental health things sometimes, but I think I have a very efficient way for me because I believe that I can manifest or like mind over matter a lot of things. Like a lot of things. And it works for me. Like I might get low, but like I'm really good at pulling myself out of it because I just am able to tell myself like do good things and you will feel better. And then like I can get there,
Yeah.
whereas I know other people can't do that,
Yeah.
but like that's where my mind sits with manifestations. It's like if you believe something enough, you can change your entire mindset.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a combo move here because I agree where you're at because I don't think you can manifest flying. You're not going to manifest wings out of your back. That doesn't how that works. But I wanted to kind of bring this about because I don't understand haters wasting time with negativity. 100%. If you're spending your time just being a hater, like you're going to be in that mindset more than just when you're talking about hating on the Packers or hating on whatever you're having to hate on. Like if you work all day and you're spending all of your mental energy at work and then you come home and you hop on Facebook and you're just angry and you're just commenting to other people on social media and being angry, if you're scrolling and TikTok is giving you stuff that's making you upset, you're going to be upset. You're going to be in a bad mood. When something happens to you, you're not going to see, like they talk about glass half full, glass half empty. You're not going to see a glass half full. You're going to be like, that's a fucking water. I wanted a soda. And that's not even the question that we're asking at this point
Hmm.
because you're so far off base. You're so mentally dysregulated.
Yeah.
And so I think personally, when you are manifesting, when you're when I talk about manifestation, when I talk about like this power and ability we have, I'm much more of the mindset, like you were saying, of hey, I'm not feeling good, but I want to feel good. I am okay. I am healthy. I will make it through. That manifestation, the physical and like the actual like verbal acknowledgement of like, hey, this is the situation. I will be okay. I will make it through. I will be happy. I think it's extremely
Yeah.
powerful.
I think a level of the hate on the internet comes from narcissism to an extent. It doesn't have to mean like that person is a narcissist, but I think
Mhm.
that like I think everybody has a at least a small innate like desire to be right a lot. And
Oh
so
yeah.
like it's a lot easier to be right on the internet because like even if you're wrong, you don't have to hear it,
Hmm.
you know?
Well,
And so I think a lot of people will go on the internet almost looking to start an argument so that they can be like, no, here's my high ground. Here's why I'm right. You know, like I will find like I'm not proud of this, but I'm going to say kind of like one moment that like I really looked at myself and was like, what are you doing right now?
mhm.
I so there was a football player for the Dallas Cowboys, um, Marshawn Nealand. He took his own life a couple weeks back. I knew his cousin. Like I was neighbors with his cousin in college for like 4 years. Like I knew him pretty well. I also knew someone who taught for him, or not taught for him, taught him like at a school in Grand Rapids. I never knew Marshawn. I only knew these people who knew Marshawn.
Mhm.
But yeah, I still found myself like going through like a Facebook post just looking for someone who like because like when the thing happened he like ran from the police and like so many people are like oh run from the police and then yeah kill yourself like that like oh whatever and like saying horrible things and
Yeah.
it was like he wasn't running from the police because he did something wrong. He was running from the police because he did like his girlfriend did a wellness check on him, you know, and he was like fleeing. And so like I found myself just diving through like most 90% of comments were like, this is horrible. Like, oh,
Mhm.
thoughts and prayers to him. Great things to be posting. And I was just looking for those 10% of comments where it was like the people like talking shit just so I could be like, you don't know anything. What do you know? And it's like, I don't even know the person. Like, what am
Yeah.
I doing this
What
for?
are you gaining? What is the benefit? I do want to touch on something that Sarah said, and then Mel, we will get back on topic. I do think this is a topic that we should touch on a lot more. I do enjoy talking about mental health, and I think it's really important, especially in regards to where the world is at generally and where people are at generally right now. But Sarah mentioned what we were talking about is not manifestation; it's cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Sarah, 100%. What I was saying is when you're having emotional dysregulation, you're feeling a physical response. You want to calm that physical body response down by telling it you're okay, you're all right. Manifesting is a lot more of I will be successful, I will be okay, and bring about that manifestation by giving yourself that positive affirmations. I don't think any of us are therapists, so we can't really get into that. Or by us, I mean Jordan and I, because I don't know enough about CBT to hop onto it, but I do know that I practice CBT, and I would 100% recommend anyone in here who struggles with that type of physical body response to situations where you feel like anxiety, you feel a heightened, you feel like you know, heat when you get confronted, or that defensiveness. CBT helps with a lot of that, at least
Hmm.
for me.
Yeah,
This is
no, I
not
like it a lot.
not medical advice or
I,
anything
I
like
didn't
that.
even I didn't even know that that was like a term for it like that.
Yeah. And I don't know enough about it. 100% not our thing, but it is worth noting and educating yourself on because it is understanding how your body reacts to certain situations and understanding how mentally you react to different situations. It's like PTSD is a good like example to bring it to. If you know got stuck in a car and you could never get out, and then every time you go to jump in a car, you were in a car accident, whatever it might be, you feel like that body. CBT, I think, helps you. Hey, cognitive behavioral therapy. Do something to calm yourself down so you can get in that car. Ooh, Sarah dropped an example as well. A really simple example of CBT is having a thought like, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing enough. Recognizing that thought and changing it to, I'm really overwhelmed right now. Cognitive behavioral therapy. So it's like a reframing of the thought almost.
So yeah, I get that,
Anyways.
and I can see where that's a little bit different though, like from where I view it as like a manifestation approach, like
Mhm.
where she says like, this is this, not necessarily manifestation. To me, it's like, no, well, I'm telling myself, okay, go do this, go do that, go do this, and you will feel better. Like
Yeah.
it's not just like oh, I feel this way because of this, and I'm changing the way I'm looking at it. It is me telling myself, if I do these types of things, if I change this mindset, then I will feel better.
Well, it's also like what do they say when you're getting frustrated, when you're feeling heightened or angry, go for a walk. Go for a
Yeah.
walk. You need to change your environment, change where you're at. It's why when I hear like the arguments, they always talk about don't go to bed angry. It's like, well, you shouldn't just be sitting in bed arguing. You need to probably get out of bed and like go finish the conversation somewhere else, go for a walk. Like you need to disperse that energy. You need to do something about
Yeah.
it. But to get back on the topic from Mel here, sorry, 100% off topic. We'll mark that down as something to touch on a little bit later. Monetizing that Facebook group. So when we started a Facebook group, when we started Cape Coral Reviewed, we didn't start it from scratch with no plan. Um, we started Cape Coral Reviewed with a website already purchased and a game plan for shooting videos and creating content surrounding Cape Coral Reviewed. We put a face to it. Marissa, one of our coworkers, she is on there. Her and Edgar go and they film videos. Their faces are out there as they go and film these things in the community. And the best part is they're involved in the community. Marissa's family is they go out and they shoot at random restaurants. They'll shoot some video and they'll upload a review to the site, upload it to TikTok. They're active. They are involved in this community. And I think more than anything else, that's the importance. But that's to say, we started with a lot more than just, hey, let's make a Facebook group. Here's our idea. We started with a backlog, an idea of creating content, and it wasn't good. You saw our first couple of videos, right?
Yes. Yeah, I did. What do
Definite
you
improvement.
Yeah, I think they've gotten better every single step of the way. They've gotten a lot better. What do you think was like the catalyst of growing that page or that group though? Like,
Yeah. So we went into it with a complete idea. So if you were to create a random page right now and you went at it with completely organic and you were trying to do all of the, I'm going to make a post a day and I'm going to do this and I'm going to share in other groups to try to whatever, you might get some organic following, you might take off. The main thing that you want to do is you need a basis to start off from, and usually ads are the way to start. We did start with ads, and we ran ads to website for sign up as well as for group joins. So it's like the sign up page on the website, join the group, as well as like the page. We ran three different types of ads, and we ran something like $50 a day in ads, and we ran it for quite a few weeks. I will say, I think we've spent something like $1,000 in ads for that Facebook group so far. Now, that's a big ask. It's a lot of money. Now, those $1,000 that we've spent, think of it like this. When we first started running ads for our Facebook group, in order to get a group join, it cost us 18 cents. So the first 100 people cost us $18, to give you an idea. Those first 100 people are probably the most valuable. They're probably like the biggest jump that you're going to get because with those first 100, we did not get almost any organic. It was all 18-cent leads that we were paying for all 100. After that, after we started breaking out of the hundreds and we got into 1,000, we started seeing a lot of organic coming alongside. So we would upgrade our spend and we were seeing 90 to $1 for a lead, but we would be getting 100 leads paid for and 400 group join requests. So those 100 group joins that we got that we paid for were supplemented by 300 organic leads.
hmm.
Now, is that going to be universal? Is that what you're going to see everywhere you go? Are you going to be able to upgrade and update the spend on these ads. That's a big asking cost for this type of Facebook group. Now, we have a very clear monetization path, and we also have content that we were posting. If you're a random person and you're not going out there like Marissa and creating content, you're going to have a dead page. There's not going to be
Mhm.
anything in there. Ours isn't dead. There's a lot of activity, and that's what makes it really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is cool. That's exciting. I'm sitting here trying to make like little mental notes of like things I can do for my gift website. Like here in the next couple days, like I'm like about to bite the bullet. I'm gonna have to push some actual like pay. Like I paid for like around like $10 a day, nothing much, for
Mhm.
like 3 or 4 days before Black Friday. Now I'm like, I really should run like light campaigns. I should, if I'm going to do $10 a day, I need to do $10 a day and like 10 of this, 10 of that, and 10 of, like kind of spread it around.
Well, it's figuring out what you want to do and where you want that monetization to be. What is your idea and your thought process? For me, what you're doing is more fascinating on an idea level than it is in a product level. So I would create a Facebook page or a Facebook group about, hey, here's my AI coding thing. Come show us your AI coding pages that you've made for yourself.
Hmm.
I'm not a coder. I've never made anything, but here's my website that I built up. I spent 4 hours using this tool and I did this and this. That's a really interesting post. Now you give that initial post and you're like, "Hey, I upgraded it. Now we're looking at this and I'm running this ad." Those are the types of things where now you're building an audience of people who are also doing other app development-y type things. And now that's your audience, because what you do then is you develop a dashboard and you sell them the tools that you're using. So you're like, hey, I built this tool that'll help you build AI prompting websites really quickly. Come buy my tool. And you built it using an AI prompt. Like
That's
that's
yeah. That's what I
that's my
really
goal.
should do. I should just take like my thing and like use that same idea, but make it like this is just an AI coder. Just come to my website and use it, and it'll just code something for you.
Well, I mean, it's the idea shouldn't I think the idea that your audience is people who want to use the app, I don't think that's your audience. I think your audience is people who also want to build similar apps and figure out how to use AI. Because teaching people how to do
It can build
things
a
like
guide,
that because you did it, like you spent how many hours working on that site?
probably like 6.
If you did it again, would it be quicker?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should
you
build guides. I should do a course. I
you
should
should
make a
do a
course.
99-cent course that
Haven't
takes some.
haven't made a dollar. I've sold 4 things, haven't made $1 off it. I should make a course.
Well, not even that. It's a teach a course on how to actually get things out there and then build a Facebook group around it and be like, "Hey, that, more than anything else, I would do the Facebook group of AI coders."
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, are you using AI to code a website? What's your website? What AI are you using? Why? Here's what I'm using and why I'm using it and what we did with it." And I even think, I mean, hell, you're using it for that whole AI thing. Eric's using it for random like landing pages and stuff like that as well. I wouldn't be I'd create it as a resource for, hey, how are you using AI tools? And now
Yeah.
I'm curious if there are groups like that. I'm like,
Might
wait,
be. It probably is. I feel like there's got to be.
if there's not, we're gonna go streamline the
No,
market.
no. Try and look that up while we talk, because I can see Cody over here trying to scramble and find it right now, forgetting that we have Mel to do that.
That's fair because I will 100% go and be like,
You were about
hey,
to dive down a rabbit hole. We were going to spend the last 8 minutes of the live of you just like staring at a Facebook screen or like a,
see, and this is one of my biggest issues being management, and it happened this morning on our call too, where we were sitting there in a call, and I was like, wait, let me look at these stats real quick, and then I'm
you
like
get
screen
excited
sharing.
about things, and there is nothing wrong with that. There is
No,
nothing wrong with being excited by data. And
no,
in the marketing field, we should, more of us should be. You should have us in the call being like, Cody, share this really quick. I want to see how it looks.
honestly, that would be sick. I
Yeah.
would love that kind
That
of.
level of engagement happening
Yeah,
in our
that's next
clubhouse.
level engagement here.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Oh, that would be super funny. But anyways, getting back into like actual monetization. If you're creating a Facebook group and you want to make money off of it, you need to come in with an idea of how to make money and you need to come in with an audience idea. So, Jordan, you have a great idea. You're like, "Hey, I want to prompt gift ideas." Great. Now, is your audience the people who want to use that website, people who are buying gifts? Is it old people specifically? Niche that shit down. And that's where I think going very broad, Amazon accomplishes everything. Sure, Etsy targets people who want to buy from a one-on-one person. And then you get into like individual shops that are selling exactly what they need to sell. Like Jojo Java sells just coffee. If you want coffee, go buy Jojo Java. And you go to jojojava.com to buy it. Jojo-java.com. Sorry. Let me get it right.
There you go.
Ugh.
You can
But
go.
anyways, anything else on monetizing Facebook groups that you want to make sure that we cover? Were there any big highlights that we missed?
I'm trying to think. It's hard to say any highlights because like I'm so inexperienced in it. Let's see. Like, did we talk about like using pages to promote groups or anything like that? Do you think that there's any value in that? Like, pages don't seem to have the same level of authority that they used to have.
Yeah.
So like
So
it's hard to do that, but I still feel like if you have maybe one that has it, like I was saying before, these are platforms for you to use. So like if you have one that maybe has like 1,000 people on it or anything like that, it's an opportunity. Like you like don't throw it away. You know, like
well,
an example, we had pages that had a couple thousand people for our drop for our Infinity thing, and it was like, well, like it feels like they're not doing anything for us, but like do we just burn them because like they're not doing anything, but this is still 1,000 people in it. It's like it feels like there's some value to be had there, and I think we were able to push people from those to our groups, which then we got a little bit more engagement out of the groups.
and I will say getting those smaller audiences, like figuring out where your audience is very important. And there are going to be lower hanging fruits. So, for example, on Joey Matterhorn, a lot of what we do is on YouTube primarily. We are on TikTok, we are on Facebook, but we post a lot more on YouTube than anything else. We go live on YouTube, we post on YouTube. And so that's where a majority of our audience lives. Now, does that mean that we should be ignoring TikTok? No. It means if TikTok like blew up and we had a TikTok that popped off, or if Instagram popped off, or if Facebook was popping off, maybe we would also go live on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or something like that. But because our audience is on YouTube, that's our main focus. I do think. What's that?
Sorry. Do we share like when like we have like a short that like goes viral or anything on like these pods? Do we share those to like our Good Rep page and stuff like that, like our Facebook and like our groups?
We don't. So the Joey Matterhorn stuff we generally keep separate, I'm pretty sure. But I do know our shorts get posted on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and TikTok. So like our shorts get disseminated to all of the platforms. I
Do
don't know
we
that we
have a
share
Good Rep?
them.
Do we have a Good Rep group?
I don't. I actually don't think we have a good rep group. We might
Not
have a
that, not that
page.
there's like a crazy amount of like value to come from that group, but like might be something like so. I'll talk to you a little bit more on it later. I just
You're
know
like, maybe we need
I
to
just
create a
know
good rep
getting
group.
those videos up on places helps it so that those rank better on YouTube and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and it's I do want to include some of like our I almost want to include the lives on our website like as an embed, just to like have them available. But even then, I'm kind of like, YouTube's the home. I'm not too worried about it at the end. But Mel's got another question here. I'm curious, how would you advise someone who is just starting off in terms of what they should avoid? So if you're going to create a Facebook group and you want to do monetization, what's your number one pitfall?
don't do bots. Don't buy like campaign through Facebook. Yes.
Those
Botting.
are ads
No.
for real people.
Yes, those are ads for real people to come like your stuff. People will spend $100 to get 10,000 bots to come like their page. That's going to kill your page. Do
Yeah.
not do that.
Yeah. And I will say I bots can screw up your page. There's a lot of different bots out there and the bots are going to get more and more
They might get better.
insane.
Yeah, honestly, like you could probably there's probably like a whole thing of like AI assistant bots now that are
Yeah, that's where I'm like, I'm sure that there's going to be crazy AI bots. There's going to be a lot of stuff out there. The main thing is as soon as you start doing gray hat or black hat things, it's real easy to do gray and black hat things in the future. If you bot all of your initial followers, how are you going to do it again in the future? You bought your initial account. What happens when it goes down? You didn't do it from the start. And I think
Mhm.
that's maybe a personal thing, like buying a Facebook group that's already like active and done. Some people do that. I know that there are business owners who are like, I buy failing businesses and turn them around because that's what I like to do. Sure, more power to you. If you want to buy like random YouTube channels, if you want to buy social media channels and Facebook groups, you can. But swapping them around and being able to change that audience to what you want, I think is going to be very difficult. I think authenticity is going to be valued more and more as time goes on. But I do think that there's going to be a lot more black and gray hat stuff that comes out as well. So I
Yeah.
would not be surprised if botting is continuously a problem forever in the future.
Yeah.
It's you just can't. There's too much AI, man.
Right.
It's too much.
Absolutely. All right, Cody, it looks like we're in the last 10 seconds here. I don't know if you want to maybe plug some things, maybe make a link appear
Yeah.
down here at the bottom.
Let me get all the plugs. Let me get all the plugs. Where's the text? Where's the text?
You know what
Hell
we
yeah.
didn't do? The thing we learned last time that we didn't do this time
What do we
was
do?
read the questions. You can make the questions come up
Oh,
here, you know?
dang it.
Yeah. We got to
I
remember
wish
to do
I
that.
wish I would have done that. That's
Yeah.
actually I'll remember that for tomorrow. That'll be a good one. But hey, if you're new here, if this is your first time watching, my name's Cody, joined by Jordan, and we're both part of Good Rep Media. Go check us out, goodrep.media. We are a small business marketing agency. We help small businesses rank better on Google. We help you with your online reputation. We help with your Google business profiles. If you're interested in getting more customers in your door, if you're interested in your website showing up on Google, schedule a free 30-minute consultation. Follow that link, hit the contact us, reach out. I'll talk to you for 30 minutes about your business for free. And yeah, that's kind of our shell out that we've got going on.
I think it's good
Outside of
stuff.
that, join us tomorrow on the Good Rep Media YouTube channel. We are going to be talking about what was it? What was it? Stories of success. Some of our real clients.
Oh,
Some of the cool things that we're doing. We'll probably touch on Cape Coral Reviewed a little bit more. Hoping to solidify that offer today, actually. So we'll see how that goes. But thanks for joining us. It was a real pleasure. Thanks, Jordan, for being here. It's always nice having you.
yeah.
But
Always great to be here, Cody.